Willie Beagle in the spot.
Yeah, no.
Over here, Kit Kat cooling it with the one and only Mahatma Sahib. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
So I am testing out my Bluetooth headset. Okay.
Oh, word. All right, bet. Check, check. 1 2 1 2.
And no, I hear you perfectly fine.
Bet.
I hear you perfectly fine. Here's the problem or the dilemma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
I always, ever since I've stepped into the let's talk about it world, guess what the number one resistance is? You hearing me talk about
Mm-hmm. It's the
it.
connection. The connection.
The connection, my electricity. So I've had so many kind of microphones that I'm just like, what are we doing? And so I'm trying. I like Bluetooth, right? I don't know if my connection is coming in slow. I
Now
know
you're
that
loud and clear on my side.
my signal is super low, but my Wi-Fi is on. I'm getting notifications from uh, YouTube, which let me figure out how to put my phone on silent. That silent
There's the little microphone thingy. Should be right on the side.
microphone.
Yeah. Well, I got a little microphone. Look, hit the button, then you can hear me again.
No, not that. Like so, there's many things that cause us to have internet resistance.
True that.
Namely, the notifications that try to come through
Right.
your technology. So have putting your phone on do not disturb will potentially decrease the amount of resistance that
True
is
that. True that.
coming
Peace, love,
through.
and light.
Peace, 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 love, and light. So here I am, right? I'm here, I'm sharing, I have my Bluetooth on. I hope that this doesn't make us go offline because when you're doing yoga, right, you're doing all of these things where you're moving and what do you accidentally touch sometimes? Your ears. So
Mm-hmm.
just giving a disclaimer right now as we start to trade into this now moment. Peace, love, and light to everyone in this building.
Right. Let's get it.
So I'm gonna give you a second to introduce a little bit about yourself and show us some of your crafts. What is it
Oh,
that you've
word.
been stretching into?
All right. So I am Willie Beagle, the poet MC. I am a man of many crafts. I hold all the elements of hip hop. I do music. I used to do b-boying. I'm at an age I don't really b-boy that much, but I'm a great dancer. DJ, do music. I'm definitely an artist. So I hold graffiti. This is my Mandela. So this here is my Beagle dog, the latest edition. You see the macabre. So I use the macabre for male. I use the Sheet of Life for my female line. So a whole bunch of different things. But we're here for yoga though. That's on a whole nother page. You can follow me here on YouTube at William Beagle, Beegle, and also on Instagram at Willie Beagle 2. For any merch or any questions or anything, hit me in the DMs. Appreciate you.
The Dahlia. Ah, it was in my head. It doesn't want to come out correctly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That part, the Beagle Dollar. The
Okay?
mandala, people dollar.
You
Hmm.
you understand. You see what I'm
I
saying?
understand. I
You
overstand.
understand. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
I
talking about. Bring it
overstand.
through. Bring it through. You know, all of this beautiful craftsmanship that we do, that we put the work in, our body puts a lot of manual hours in, let's be honest, right? We get the manual hours going. We have to remember that our body needs some leisure time, right? Where it's not so manual, it's a little bit more impactful to the support of the manual aspect. So this is just like one of my uh, stretch bands that I have. It's not a stretch band, but it is actually a band that helps you to stretch a little bit further. It helps you to see different ways of stretching with it, how far you can go because they have different levels at every spot. It's
Ash
really,
channel.
yeah, it's
Shout
really
out to
cheap to
Ash channel.
get. The what channel?
Ash channel. Somebody asked for a shout out.
Oh,
Somebody said I look like Delonte West. I'm just cracking up. My big forehead.
peace and light, peace and light. As long as I look like love and light, give me that. So yeah, so you can get this,
Stretch bands, right?
the block, and a yoga mat for under $20. Okay, you want to spend an extra five? You'll get one of these. This is a firm roller. Okay, this is
That
what's
was my
going
best
to,
friend.
yes,
Yeah,
this is your best friend.
that is
Okay,
my best friend right there. I love that
it's
thing.
it's like it's like the Chinese reflexology right here. You know, it'll hit all the pinpoints and stuff, like all of the parts. 'Cause it's really firm, so it's not gonna go flush with the skin. It's gonna kind of like push stuff. So it's even good to just use this to roll for your foot and your ankle. A lot of people have ankle issues, foot spasms,
Mhm.
and we need to support. Yoga is support, support, support. A lot of us want to just get into these moves, and you know how I feel about just jumping into these moves. So,
Mhm.
in order to be
Come
able
on.
to just jump into moves, right? This is how easy it has to be, right? So you have to be able to go like this, and you do that right
And I
now,
do it right now.
right now.
Ready now.
So plant it, leg up, push back, hands out, or at the waist.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun. So yeah, you see, easy peasy out there for those that are looking to be balanced and that are doing the practice of stretching our body. And so once we get comfortable with putting one leg on the floor, right? Think of it like this, right? We just sit here. This is what I do when I go to vendor events. Okay, because what happens at vendor events? What do we do most of the time? Are we sitting or standing?
standing a lot.
We are standing a lot. And are we requiring both of our feet to stand? And it's like, what about giving one of our feet a break? What does that look like while we're standing? Tree pose,
Street pose.
tree pose. You know, especially if you have something to lean on, right? It's not all
Yeah,
about like,
this
oh,
is
I've got,
mine. Yeah,
you know
this
what
was
I mean?
my joint coming growing up. Before I even knew about yoga, this was always a natural stance for me. Just and they're like, what? Yeah, the
Right.
flamingo. We call it.
Natural stance, natural stance. So like these are things that we can afford ourselves. Help our body understand that you don't need every single limb to be able to hold body said body up. A lot of people get real fucked up when they lose a limb. They think they are incapable of having a regular lifestyle. But if we support ourselves to do these things and different methods, you know, we can understand our body is way more capable than we ever allow it to be. Okay? I got another one for you to hold.
Oh, man. Ah, fuck with that shit. I really
So,
do. This is years and years of balance throughout. This ain't just one day. This is
back,
years of working my mind. What up? Look at my
let
feng
them
shui.
know. Let them know you're not just
Yeah.
getting on this for
What
your
up? What
first
up?
time getting yourself a yoga session.
I'm
Okay?
in here. What's up?
So I take this moment, we reflect. Happy New Year as we step into this new celestial season,
Say,
springing into the new moment. We are
say.
not only in a new year, we are in a new season, we are in a new moon, and speculation is out as to whether we are in Aries or Pisces. It's a
Say.
whole big story. We're technically supposed to be in Aries, but if you actually have a geometrical location of seeing where the planets are at, you'll see that the sun is still sitting in Pisces, as well as the moon. But by the time the moon gets into Aries, it won't even really be a new moon. But that's another story. But for right now,
Mhm.
we're in the middle. We're in the cusp. Let's say it's the cusp. New moon, Aries, Pisces, cusp. What that means is we are to connect with our head, our tongue, our eyes,
Right.
right? So I want to connect our eyes with understanding what else our body can do right now. So the other pose is we're going to do one leg again. Okay. So this is I think it's called the twisted eagle. The twisted eagle pose. Okay. So we're gonna wrap around one leg and then we're gonna wrap around our arms. Okay. And you can bend a little bit in this. Okay, so you're gonna some people can really wrap their legs around. Regular people like us, we're just gonna make it look like we are, but we still have to have one foot on the ground. Okay, so we're gonna take the leg, we're gonna act like we're wrapping it around, and then we're gonna wrap our hands around as well.
Oh, you mean like this? Like to really, yeah, you just gotta like squat down a little bit to really wrap the leg.
Yep. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And you can release and let go and go on the other side. Obviously, this is not something you do at your vendor booth unless you want to start a conversation.
No, right.
And then you want to practice learning how to do the inverted twist. You don't want to twist the same way all the time with your upper arms. And then you can always pull up too.
Right. I could do that. That reminds me of like that serpent tree with the staff.
Right?
You know what I
Right?
mean? That's that just got in my brain.
Supposedly it's called like the twisted eagle or something like that, but I don't really keep up too well with a lot of these yogic asana flows,
Right.
but you'll hear it come out vicariously. And so do you know the good old chair pose?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so we gotta
Not by
we gotta
name, but keep it simple.
we gotta act like we know what it looks like to
Okay.
sit without a chair. Can you get a shout out? Give me a shout out. Share this page. Do that for me, please. Thank you. Please and thank you. You share this page, I will give you a shout out. Hello. Okay, so seated chair pose. Okay, you don't want your legs all the way together. We're not doing this. Does not create balance. Symmetry is where we are hips and feet length apart. Hips, feet length apart. Right. So now we're gonna act like we're gonna sit, but there's no seat there, right? We're gonna practice the regular chair pose and then we're gonna go and practice the one-legged pose, right? So we're gonna go and sit. Bring our arms up and sit. Are we sitting?
Yes, I'm sitting. I'll
We
show
are.
you. I'm sitting.
There we go.
It's
Now we're
like
gonna
a
come back
horse,
up.
it's like a horse pose, a horse stance.
Now for
In
those of
karate.
you, yeah, this is a really good exercise. If you want to do 5 to 10 of these, 2 sets at a time, by all means, you'll get those glutes and this
Yeah.
core working. Okay, I'm
Huh?
simple working. I'm getting in more than one rep. So please be mindful of where you're at. Don't push it. Right,
Oh,
Will?
yeah, yeah, ready?
Okay. So first, before you go to sit down, you have to know that as you're gonna go sit down, you gotta bring this leg and sit it on the thigh. So we're gonna act like we're sitting, and our foot is gonna sit on the thigh at the same time. Okay.
Ooh, you talking? Oh yeah, I know this one. This is hard.
All right. So we're
Okay.
gonna take it and sit.
Right. I think I got it. I think I got it. I look crooked, but I I'm crooked, but I got it.
You're doing
Ooh,
pretty good.
ooh, hold on, time out. Ooh, hold on, time out.
How was that one?
Ooh,
Are you
that yeah,
feeling
that
the
one.
Charlie horse? Do you need to stretch a
Ooh,
little
that
bit?
one. Yeah, that one got it.
All
We
right. So
woke
what you
now.
want to do? What you want to do is keep that leg straight, stretch this one out, and then dip, dip, baby, dip, dip, baby, dip.
Oh,
And you do the other side and you stretch.
we doing the dip stitch.
You got to stretch this Charlie horse out.
No, it wasn't a Charlie horse. It was just like when you haven't stretched that muscle, that thing was like, ooh, hello.
Yeah. So you can. It's always okay to take a step in, take a set, and see what it is. What where did it get tightened? Right? And the most easiest thing is probably putting yourself into this. If you want to know, it's called the star position, right? Legs are open wider than the hips, arms are out. You look like a star, right? And then we just want to stretch the most that we can, many different ways. And then that way, when we're ready to go back, we can feel more of that stretch. You want to do the other leg now? Another thing you want to do is you can always practice lifting your heel, coming back down, and you'll feel that stretch in your muscles in the calf area. So
Yeah.
now I'm going to switch and do my other leg. Okay. So we bring our leg up as we're going down and we hold. How does that feel?
Mm,
Feeling pretty good, huh?
that's we never hit that one before. That's an advanced one. We ain't never hit that. Well, I'm yeah, I'm gonna feel that one tomorrow.
I told you the moon and body flow, it's gonna get you different ways. It's either gonna come really slow, really impactful, or it's gonna go really fast,
Ooh, ooh,
you
that's
know,
yeah,
and stimulating. Fast and stimulating or slow and impactful, you
yeah.
know. And we have to be ready,
Mhm.
for these highs and lows, you know.
But,
So what body part is feeling like it wants to be stretched more right now?
I mean, we're doing the legs right now. My legs are already tight. I walk a lot,
Okay.
but then
Okay.
always back and shoulders. You know what I mean? That's really where. See, this is just like a physical tightness. The mental tightness mostly is always like on your shoulders, on your back. You know.
Well, your spine is a connected 33 vertebrae long, all connected. And so if we're getting the pressure in the like lower back area or in the top area, that somewhere it still means somewhere in there something is tight and it's pulling, or and crunching up on another end. So a lot of times we don't realize that our our vertebrae goes all the way down to here, which is connected to a tailbone, which is connected to the like connected to the pelvis. Not really, but it is. And those are all connected to ligaments that go all the way down into our feet, right? And so if we're having trouble up here, the trouble will follow us all the way down. And what we can do is, for one, this one I like to do the most. But it's all about what you see, what you put in your head. You got to visualize this stuff, right? And so you got to visualize your back being stretched. You have to visualize pulling your shoulder blades away from your vertebrae to where you can feel it, like you can feel your shoulder blade like rubbing or going along the vertebrae. So you see how you want to hug your body. And this is doing it without with something like this, but if you want to use something like this, right? And this is to keep your hands in a particular position and a particular length. You can just do it yourself if you want. This just helps add resistance. And so I would do something like this, bringing my shoulders up and over, and also using my shoulder blades, and then doing something like this to where I'm rubbing on my vertebrae back and forth. And these are some things that will then help us to push our chest out. And then we go from here. Our back is going to feel more awake and alive because it sees where it can go. And that way, when you're pushing out, you're pushing this chest out, you're pushing all of these ligaments to get stretched, and you get to feel your vertebrae a little bit more because you already applied a little bit pressure, which allowed your shoulder blades to come
Right.
together. So you see how when we
Mhm.
go up and down, we create that wiggle room. So when we're
Mhm.
ready to fully extend, whether it's on the inside or the outside, our shoulders will be more malleable with us.
I see what you're saying. I got my scarf. It's not a stretchy band, but it'll still fit the bill.
Yeah, yeah, it will.
I
That's
get what you're
right.
saying.
Listen, I use my scarf to create a yoga mat, okay? Whatever works. I should get you this. So
Yeah,
what you
that
can
back stretch like that, that is good right there.
yeah. What makes it even better is when we take those deep breaths as our arm is rotating in the middle. And so from the bottom up, we want to take an inhale and then exhale down slowly. And that way you can feel your shoulder blades on all of your vertebrae moving. You want to feel something that you can't really feel, but your other bones can feel, your other ligaments can feel. So we're gonna keep that, you know, um, purposeful for us. And
Okay.
then the other thing I do, which you can still do with a scarf, is I told you in previous sessions, we're always thinking about our pelvis uh,
Mhm.
position, and
Mhm.
so we want to be at our more optimal strength straight. So you can start up here with your arms up, and then you can open them a little bit more. And then what you want to do is still keeping straight. You want to bend
Mhm.
your arms
Yeah, word.
and come up, and bend the other way
Yeah,
and come up. How you like that?
yeah. That feels like when we do like this, it
Hmm.
just feels like an extension of that.
We can do that right
It
now,
just
and you can
it
see
showed.
how.
Yeah, I know. But that's what just hit. Yeah,
Mhm.
because this is
And
very
then you should be able to open this even more now.
yeah. See, this is just right here. With the other, it adds the shoulder into the whole stretch of it, like a
Right?
morning stretch. That's what it gave me, like a morning stretch. When you
Hmm.
yawn, you hit the side. But this one here, yeah,
One of the biggest things I've realized with experiencing sleep is I've witnessed it in myself. I've witnessed it in movies as well. You can say yes or no if you've witnessed it yourself, and so it helps me to believe that it's a majority kind of a thing. But we often like to sleep in a cradled position, right? We feel most comfortable a lot of times when we're like this and got
yeah,
our legs a
freedom.
little bit curled up, right? But what
Mm-hmm.
happens when we're in this position is
Our
that
back curves.
we're closing up this chest area. And it's not that it's a bad thing we're doing this, but we just have to remember that we have to wake up and reopen up that chest, right? Because when you're working on your craft and stuff like that, you want your back to be able to stay like this. You don't want it to go how you've been training it for the 8 to 10 hours that you might be sleeping a night to where it's like this. And then
Mm.
we end up working like this and we spend all day doing this and then we go to sleep doing this. And then that's why most of us end up with a hunching our back or having a lot of back problems because we don't see how far this repetition is actually occurring in our day.
Right.
So the stretch is real.
Yeah. It is a big necessary.
It is. It is because one of the biggest things that we learn growing up into this world is that we are a creature of our habits. And so all we got to do is look at our habits and we'll figure out what kind of creature we are. We don't need no one to tell us that as long as we're uberly honest with ourselves. And it goes down even to the position that we are in, as well as because we are the age of digital, we're also very used to doing this. So if you're already doing this and then you're also doing this, right? Are we
Mhm.
actually estimating how long we're doing that?
Right.
And it's okay that we're doing these things, but what are the counter movements to that?
Mhm.
And so a lot of counter movements that um, we can do them from a sitting position as well. So let's do some sitting ones, some counter positions in the sitting phase. Okay. So this is one way to get down for people. You may need to get down on many other ways, but this is the one way. Now I do understand a lot of positions may be very difficult for people to visualize that they can do this. But guess what, my friend? We all have the same fucking spinal cord. So whether it looks feminine or not, it it looks like it's for the vertebrae. That's what I say. If it's for the vertebrae, it's for me. And so in this position, it's another you get another chance. This is you gotta think of it like it's a half body. Now we're not requiring all of our body to withstand our weight. We're letting our knees understand that you are in this game too. You apply pressure for me as well. And so I want you to know that when I'm on you, my hips are going to be conscious, they're going to be, more poked out, not overly. I'm just showing that
Mhm.
because this has to be straight, right? So, but we have to know that we need to push this visually, not physically. We need to make sure we're pushing that. So as we're in this position, right, we're gonna bring our hands up like we did before, but this time we're gonna go backwards. And you're gonna take an inhale. Exhale on the back. And then you can inhale and exhale and see if you can go deeper. I don't hold it for too long because I don't do this often enough. And plus I've been working on my own
Ooh,
backage.
that was a
But
rush.
right, right. Take some deep breaths. You can come and sit on your calf, give your brain a little bit of a rest of being, so high up. Because yeah, it could be a rush. But you know why it's more of a rush? Because we spend so much time on in this what is this like a 160 degree? Because like standing up straight that's about 180, right? And
Mm.
so when we're like this, it's like a 160.
Mhm.
It's not straight. And so instead of us going from 180 back, we're going from 160. So that's an extra 20 degrees that we have to move our head if we're spending a
Oh,
lot more
man.
time
Right.
there. And this is a great moment to connect that with what it looks like living in the past and what it feels like to get ourselves to the future and understanding we have to pass the present in order to get to the future when we're living in the past. Just an analogy.
Right about.
Yeah.
That's
Dropping
good.
these jewels. So if you have your scarf, your resistance band, you can use that to put yourself in this position. This is position, this particular T, or we can call it the Jesus position, right? Got me on the cross.
Sorry, word.
I bet you people will know where to put their goddamn
They
arms.
would know what to do, right? They would know what to talk about, right?
And so this position is going to help your back be in a erect position, a straightened position, because it's not going to feel comfortable if you're letting it like this. Does it feel comfortable if you bend it like this?
No, my
Would that
arms are locked. Yeah, my
right?
arms are
Your
locked all the way.
your body naturally wants to just sit up because you're requiring it to rotate the arms up above a certain angle. I'll Once we start really paying attention, right, these are angles, right? Geometrically, this is why yoga was a big thing in the Egyptian times, um, because everything was perpendicular. If you look into the history of that stuff, and they talk about these degrees and triangles and putting yourself into a particular portal, you need to be in this kind of position. So this particular position is angles. And so you can spend this time in this position. You should be able to get a bit of a deeper bend in this part because your body isn't compensating for the bottom half. So you should be able
Mhm.
to go to the right and you should feel a little bit more deeper of a bend.
Mhm.
And the lower part of your vertebrae should be able to like stretch or crack a little bit more. I'm practicing those breaths. And then, you can do the infamous back press.
My arms on fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy that you're feeling it. I'm happy that you're feeling it. I definitely feel warm. There's a
Cause
reason why
it's
people.
that certain spot, right? Like where it's right behind your head.
Mhm,
Where it's like it's I'm flexible enough. I'm like baseball, and you've always been athletic. But
mhm,
that's a super stretch. I just in the morning time, that is it. When you hit that right here, you're like, yes, it's golden, real.
mhm. Now you know why in the movies, right? If you remember movies in the back in the day, people would hold like a broomstick or whatever on the back of their back like this, and they would sit there and
Yeah.
be talking to people because it was fucking comfortable. And it was comfortable, you know. So we want to come up off our calves right now. We need to give our ankles some break, and give it some flex. And so you want to flex your toes. Now, this is something the Egyptians did a lot to activate their, I believe it messes with the vagus nerve or something within that caliber. Okay.
Um,
Now, remember, this is paying attention to what I am putting my body into. So this position is meant for you to curl your toes, okay? Because we're gonna lean on our toes. So what needs to happen? I'm probably got to take my sock off so you can really see it.
I know. Well, you can for the people at home, you can
Yeah.
let
So these
them
are my
see.
toes.
You're
I'm
curling
gonna
it like,
curl my toes so that I can feel my toes on the mat, but
yeah.
not my heels and not the base of my feet. And
Ooh,
then
that means
then we're gonna come and sit back on our calves again. And we need to make sure we're straight because if we're not straight, we'll be putting too much weight onto our pinky toe. And for those of you who this is new, you might not be able to get that much into your toes like you might be seeing me do. But I've learned how to do this like 6 years ago. So I've been practicing. Please understand that.
like, ooh,
But
yeah,
hopefully
that's.
you're feeling something. Yeah.
I got it. Yeah, I can't stay there. I can't just sit in it,
Now
but I can
mind
get there.
you, I think it's called Savasana yoga or something like that. I get these words messed up. Uh or it's one of these yogas that are slow. It's like maybe hatha yoga. You only do
Mm.
four positions in 60 minutes, and each position you sit in for 15 minutes. So I had to sit in this position for 15 minutes.
Oh no,
And,
you got
and
that.
you said how many minutes, how many seconds you just did it for?
Shit, not even 5. I ain't
I mean,
gonna lie. You gotta sit down.
it feels so amazing right now. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, because you've strengthened those tendons in your
Ah,
foot and stuff. Yeah,
feels
you got
amazing.
it. Absolutely. Enjoy. That thing felt like it was gonna rip my toe. And I kept switching from like the big toe would be the
The
overstretched,
lead.
then it was the two in the middle that were overstretched, and then it was the pinkies. Like you really gotta spread your toes and learn how to individually almost control them to really stretch them all out and displace your weight evenly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because remember our phalanges are free, right?
yeah.
They our toes are are just as wide as our yeah, our fingers. Our toes are just as wide as our fingers, but our skin stops like right here, and all we see is this part. So very easy it is for us to think that we can't spread that much and we don't have that much bendability. But just like our fingers go like this, that's what
Mhm.
our toes are
So,
doing.
yes.
And a lot of people say, "Oh, well, how do apes use their feet or whatever? And how come we can't? Because we don't know how to.
Right.
We don't
And
try.
it's just
But if
like
we,
people who don't have arms, God bless them, but
that's what I
they're
was about
able
to
to
say.
use, yeah, they're able to use their feet to write, to
They be smoking
cook,
cigarettes and shit,
smoke a cigarette, roll up,
cooking,
drive a car,
cooking.
all kind of things with no
Did you
arms.
see the lady cooking?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All legs,
All wet.
all. So you'd be amazed.
So now that I've let my feet free, I'm just gonna let my feet be free. So for those of you that want to start in a more relaxed position, you could just start by grabbing your toes to fingers,
Okay. First,
and
first.
press and press, and just relax
What you mean,
and
like
just
press
relax.
towards me?
So you're gonna hold it, right? So the biggest thing is to when we want to do yoga stuff, we're finding a way to get a part of our body to not have to feel responsible.
Mm,
Okay? So
okay.
we want to help our toes not feel responsible for the rest of the foot. So we're gonna take our fingers, put them on the bottom of our toes, and then we're gonna let our foot hang.
I got you. Got you. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Right.
And then you can practice pushing it more and more and more.
And these are things you do even as a youth. That just came to my mind. Like you always see a baby grabbing like that,
Mhm.
pose. You know,
Mhm.
there are so many things we do so natural. There, but
That's why this pose is called the baby pose.
let's say,
But that's about the only baby pose that we speak of.
right.
And as you're sitting in this position, you can definitely go into the butterfly position as we sit. Butterfly position is a great talker position. You know,
Ooh. Yeah, that one always gets my bad. I got clicks and clanks going on over here.
look, they need to hear it.
There's the clicking and clanking. I ain't using it a long time.
Quickly clack, quickly clack. So yeah,
This is,
so
this,
yoga moves, traditional yoga moves. Can you name five? Any five? Can you name five yoga moves?
yoga moves.
Mhm.
Well, I know the downward dog. I know that's for sure.
Okay,
That's
that's
one
one.
of them. I know the downward dog. The star,
Okay, two.
the one we just did, the Superman. I'm gonna call it the Superman. I'm calling it the Superman. I don't know what to call it. the
That's the warrior, but there is a
warrior.
Superman
Okay,
move. But that's
but that's
warrior
yeah. I call it
three
the
that we
Superman.
opened up with. Yep.
All right. So we got downward dog, the star, the warrior.
Superman, even though you didn't know.
We're gonna call it the Superman, right? um, This one we're in the lotus. I guess what this is called, right?
This is
It's
the
called
butterfly.
the butterfly. All right. So
The lotus one is a little different. I think the lotus one is like something like this. It's not what you think. The lotus one. It's not what you think. But yeah, so
like yeah, how your when your feet are double crossed and you're actually like and you're how do,
and those ones are more difficult.
so that's 3 out of 5 that you know I've over the years that I know the names of. Now, if you hit the move, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember that move. That's this one.
Right. Right. We all know that the brain needs a mold to conceptualize
Yes.
and to bring forward. And so
Yes.
a lot of these moves were just named so that people can conceptualize.
Yeah.
And, and so that's just the first step. Just like learning your alphabet is just the first step.
Okay, right there.
And our body can do any of these moves. And they may or may not have already tried it or maybe have not identified it as a yogic move, but any sensational thing that helps you to bring balance onto the mat is a yoga movement, period. It doesn't need a name, it doesn't need a flow. However, we constitute those things for the likelihood of us returning back to it.
Like, uh, boom, you say tell you the names, right? 5. So I don't know when like when you stand up, if this is one, and then you
Uh huh.
turn and put your leg
Yep.
out,
Yep.
and you got one foot this way, you got the other one straight. So boom, then you hit, and then oh, you go right into the star. See, so
Yeah.
I could show you 5 and just and just
So
ta-da on your ass real quick.
this is the
Yeah,
this is the mountain
right
pose.
there. So
This is the
what?
mountain pose.
The
Mountain
mountain
pose.
pose, right?
And then this
And then
is the I forgot
then when
how
you
to
go
say
like
this in
this,
English, but
you go from
in
here,
Vedic
and then you take a step back,
it's
and then
Tadasana. This
yeah,
is the warrior poses that you're talking about,
and
right?
then you jump up.
So when you're on your mat, why is it called the warrior pose? Because you get into your stance, right? So the warrior pose is going like this. That's warrior one. And then warrior two is like this.
Yeah,
And then
exactly. Right.
warrior three is bringing forward that hand, pushing through that power and coming back up.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So
that's the one. The Superman. Yep, that's the one.
so that's the move of the warrior. That's the one, two, three, right?
That's
So it's the
the
stepping
one.
back, arms up,
Uh-huh.
pulling the left arm back, rotating the palms down. That's warrior two. And then coming up forward, that's oops, warrior three. And then if you want
So
to open up, half moon.
right. See, the other one that I that was from Half Moon. Your hip goes back instead of going forward.
Yes, it lifts up.
You would
So,
open and just go back, and then and then start here,
mhm,
throw it back.
mhm,
Our hip will go back instead
yeah,
of this leg bending. That one I remember
straight,
to go into Half Moon, open like this, then throw down, and then come up to Half Moon
right. But you can come into half moon from warrior
from
three.
Warrior. Yes, I see
But
that.
you
That's a
have to
little
make
more.
sure that you open up that hip. So
Yeah, that's a
come,
mid-air open
yeah,
twist
'cause
thingamajigger.
this and then rotate, boom.
Yeah, that's the part right there where it's like, no, 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 I got to do that at two separate because I could feel you. the I could feel the whole swing of the whole paradigm just shift on that one.
But you, a person like you, should be able to figure it out because that's what you do in life
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah.
portal
I just got to
when you
take my
portal
time
pop.
with, yeah,
But you, yeah,
adjusting.
it's just adjusting it
Absolutely.
because it's like, how do I see my non-physical moves in the physical? It's on the mat.
Yeah, yeah.
It's on the mat.
And it's just
So
strengthening that core,
yeah,
and it's the edges of the core that
not
move
not just the
strengthens.
core, your toe placement. And so once
Yeah,
you get that other toe thing down pat, it helps you
yeah,
to
yeah.
land more into your stance for your feet, which you're supposed to figure out in mountain pose, right? In
That
mountain
makes
pose
sense.
is where you take that moment and you open up those toes. And you know your toes are mobile and they are capable of holding the weight of everything because
Excellent.
of the weight that you put on it when you're in that position on your calf,
That
right?
makes sense. Mm-hmm.
So now
That
you
makes
know your
sense.
toes can handle it. And so when you push into this warrior pose and you have one foot up, this toe has to still remain planted. As long as all your toes are on the ground, you're less likely to unbalance yourself. I unbalance myself because of course, I'm like most people. I'm going quickly. I'm not practicing it a lot, so this is where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
So, got my toes planted right now. I'm paying attention, and so now I can bring myself much more easier into this warrior three. And now that I have my feet planted and turning myself, easier for me to go into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's all about trusting in the weight of every part of your body that can hold the weight. A lot of us think that like, oh, it's just my legs that are holding the weight for me to walk. And it's like, no,
Yeah,
your
that's
toes.
not. Yeah, it's really
Your,
your upper. It's your It's your upper. It's your torso. It's your
yeah,
upper body that's really like. If you're leaning too far forward, you can fall over. That's why
yeah,
either way. Yeah.
yeah. So you can practice this on your off time. Wow, we went by quickly today. We're gonna start wrapping it
Well,
up.
the moment. Cause my legs is like, help me. I'm feel real open though. It's like I can feel it. Definitely energy. It helps. Definitely energy flowing.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you this last time. Okay,
All
so
right. What you got?
watch my toes.
I'm watching.
See my toes,
I see them toes.
right? Do you see them opening?
Wiggle, wiggle.
Right. So we want to make sure we curl onto this mat. Like that's how the monkeys do. You know, Caesar. They move
Mm-hmm.
their toes. You know, they put
Hey,
some foot up. So we need to move our feet onto this mat. Make sure that we're claiming all of the mass that we can take.
okay.
So that way, when it's time to lift either foot, I can do whatever I need to do. And
Yeah.
so we're just gonna do warrior three and practice moving our hand position. Not there's nothing else, but go from here to here and back and forth and see how much we can do that repetition. Okay? Take a nice deep breath, center yourself, feel yourself right here, present. You can start in prayer pose, kicking your foot back, lowering down, bringing your arms to the side, whoop, and then coming forward. It's not as easy. Back and then back down. And that's the other trick, coming back down as gracefully as you went up.
Okay. You're on that
There we
phone
go.
song. That should be the you gotta make that the thumbnail. You with the flute.
Wait,
You
let me do it.
gotta make that the thumbnail.
We have to do it at the same time then.
Come on, ready?
Okay.
One, Two. Um. From
Wow.
Wait.
I'm not sure if you're gonna hear my salute for breath out, but let's see.
Rock out. I'm gonna play my flute over here too.
Check one two. Check one two.
Okay. I hear you loud and clear.
It has been a blessing and a pleasure.
Super time.
Love and
Peace.
light.
And I'm
Share us,
love.
like us, find us more. YouTube.
That's